Scene script. Have you ever considered investing in gold and silver? Investments, as we know, are the bedrock of financial security. They're like the seeds that we carefully sow today, nurturing them with hope and patience, until one day, they bear the fruits of our labor. But, just as a farmer doesn't plant only one type of crop, we too shouldn't limit ourselves to one type of investment. This concept is known as diversification, and it's a fundamental principle of investing. Traditionally, when we think about investments, our minds immediately jump to stocks, bonds, and real estate. And it's understandable, as these are the most common forms of investments that have proven successful over the years. They offer good returns, can be relatively stable, and are generally accepted as a standard part of a well-rounded portfolio. However, the market for these traditional investments can often be volatile and uncertain. Stock prices can fluctuate wildly from day to day, influenced by a myriad of factors, from economic indicators to geopolitical events. Bonds, while generally more stable, can be impacted by changes in interest rates. And real estate, though a tangible asset, isn't immune to market downturns. So, what's the alternative? Well, amidst all this uncertainty, precious metals like gold and silver have stood the test of time. Just like a steadfast lighthouse in a stormy sea, they've been a beacon of stability, offering a hedge against inflation and economic downturns. They don't rely on a company's performance or a country's economic health to maintain their value. Instead, they derive their worth from their rarity and universal acceptance. Now, this doesn't mean that gold and silver are without risks, or that they should replace other forms of investments, but they do offer a unique opportunity to diversify your portfolio and protect your wealth from market uncertainties. Now, you might be wondering, why gold and silver? Let's delve deeper into the value of these precious metals in our next segment. Gold and silver have been a symbol of wealth for centuries. As we step back in time, we can see that gold and silver have been considered valuable assets for thousands of years. Ancient civilizations, from the Egyptians to the Romans, prized these precious metals for their beauty and rarity. They were used to create coins, jewelry, and works of art, establishing a standard of wealth that has endured throughout history. But their value extends far beyond their aesthetic appeal. Unlike paper money or digital currency, gold and silver have a tangible, intrinsic value. They can't be printed or created out of thin air, which means they can't be devalued through inflation. This makes them a reliable store of value over time. Let's think about it. If you had stashed away a gold coin from the Roman Empire, it would still hold value today. In fact, due to its rarity, it would likely be worth even more. Comparatively, consider if you had saved a Roman denarius, the paper currency of the time. It would be nothing more than a historical artifact today, with no purchasing power. Now let's fast forward to more recent times. During periods of economic uncertainty, gold and silver have often been considered safe havens. Why? Because they're not tied to any single economy or government. When the stock market fluctuates or currencies lose their value, gold and silver typically remain stable, or even increase in value. Investors turn to these precious metals as a form of financial insurance, a way to protect their wealth against unpredictable market forces. They offer a sense of security, a hedge against inflation, and a safeguard against economic downturns. It's clear that gold and silver hold a unique and enduring value in our global economy. They've maintained their worth through wars, recessions, and technological revolutions. They've stood the test of time, proving themselves to be a resilient and reliable form of wealth. Gold and silver offer unique benefits that set them apart from traditional investments. Let's begin with protection against inflation. Inflation erodes the value of paper currency, but gold and silver have historically maintained their purchasing power. When prices rise, the value of gold and silver often increases. This is because these precious metals are priced globally in dollars, and when the value of the dollar decreases due to inflation, the relative cost of gold and silver tends to rise. But there's more. Gold and silver also provide diversification. Investing is about not putting all your eggs in one basket. By investing in gold and silver, you're spreading the risk. These precious metals do not move with the same rhythm as stocks or bonds. They can perform well when traditional investments are faltering, providing a safety net for your portfolio. The liquidity of gold and silver is another notable benefit. These metals can be bought and sold with ease, anywhere around the globe. This makes them highly liquid assets. In other words, if you ever need to convert your gold or silver into cash, you can do so quickly and efficiently. Adding gold and silver to your investment portfolio can also create a sense of balance. These metals can act as a counterbalance to other assets that are sensitive to economic or political changes. This can help to stabilize your portfolio in times of volatility and uncertainty. Finally, gold and silver have stood the test of time. They've been valued for thousands of years and will likely continue to be valued well into the future. They're not just investments, they're a form of wealth that has endured through countless economic cycles. So, you see, the benefits of investing in gold and silver extend beyond their glittering allure. They offer protection against inflation, diversification, and liquidity. They can balance your portfolio and stand as enduring symbols of wealth. Let's delve into the key points about why gold and silver are great alternative investments. There are several key points that make gold and silver stand out as great alternative investments. Let's delve into these a bit further, shall we? Firstly, gold and silver provide a hedge against inflation and currency fluctuations. In times of economic uncertainty, these precious metals have traditionally served as a safe haven. They retain value even when paper money and other assets depreciate due to inflation. In fact, their value often goes up when the economy is in a downturn, so they can provide a buffer against financial instability and help protect your wealth. Secondly, gold and silver offer excellent opportunities for portfolio diversification. They move independently of stocks and bonds, which means they can help spread risk and potentially improve returns. If you're looking to add a different asset class to your investment portfolio, gold and silver may just be the ticket. Thirdly, gold and silver are tangible assets with intrinsic value. Unlike paper assets or digital wealth, you can physically hold gold and silver. You own a real physical asset that has inherent value. This tangible nature gives many investors a sense of security and control that digital or paper assets can't offer. Lastly, gold and silver have historical and cultural significance that adds to their value. They've been treasured for thousands of years across cultures and civilizations. This enduring value and appeal adds a certain prestige to owning gold and silver. It's not just about the financial benefits, it's also a part of human history and culture. To sum it up, gold and silver investments come with a number of key advantages. They offer a hedge against inflation and currency fluctuations, provide portfolio diversification, represent tangible assets with intrinsic value, and carry historical and cultural significance. These qualities make them a unique and valuable addition to any investment portfolio. So, are you ready to start investing in gold and silver? Keep in mind, every investment comes with its own set of risks and rewards. It's important to do your own research and consider your financial goals before diving in. But as we've seen, gold and silver can certainly offer some intriguing benefits. Starting your journey in gold and silver investments is easier than you might think. You might be wondering, where do I begin? Well, there are several ways to invest in these precious metals. The first is by purchasing physical gold or silver. This could be in the form of bullion bars, coins, or even jewelry. This option gives you the tangible satisfaction of holding your investment in your hands. But remember, storage and security are factors you'll need to consider. Another way is by investing in exchange-traded funds or ETFs that track the price of gold and silver. This is a more liquid form of investment, as you can buy and sell shares of these funds just like stocks. It's a convenient option, particularly if you're not interested in storing physical metals. You can also consider investing in gold and silver mining companies. This option is a bit more indirect, as you're betting on the profitability of the companies rather than the metals themselves. However, it can provide a good exposure to the gold and silver market. Now, let's talk about some tips for beginners. First off, start small. As with any investment, there's a learning curve involved. So, start with a small amount that you're comfortable risking and learn as you go. Next, do your research. Understand the market trends, the factors that influence gold and silver prices, and the different investment options available to you. Knowledge is power when it comes to investing. And lastly, consider consulting with a financial advisor. They can provide you with personalized advice based on your financial goals and risk tolerance. Remember, investing in gold and silver is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a long-term strategy that requires patience and diligence. Remember, the key to successful investing is diversification, and gold and silver could be the perfect addition to your portfolio.